Hi everybody, welcome to day 6. I'm sorry this video is late getting up, but I haven't been feeling very well. My kidney's been really a bear right now for the last couple of days, and so I'm wanting to hurry up and get things going again. Today I'm going to be using J-Diction's Resin-Crete, the eco water-based kind of a plaster casting almost, but it's not really plaster. And it is a 10 parts of the eco to 3 parts water. So it says demold 30 minutes. I'm only going to cast these at this point. After that, I will be painting them on details. However, for the light bulbs, I have the dye that came with the kit, and I'm going to do a red, a yellow, a blue, and then I'm going to mix the two and do a green. So I'm not really sure how much eco the resin I have to mix up at this point for these molds. So I'm going to start with a base amount, probably, I don't know, maybe 200 grams. Oh, I'll go 300 grams, I guess, of the base, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead, get mixed up, and I'll be right back. Alright, I am doing this in paper cups. I do have my painter's mask. This helps filter out any dust particles in the air. I can't use a respirator just yet because I still have not found one that is affordable, that actually has an oxygen feed to it and allows me to wear eyeglasses. So I'm working on that still. But always wear at least a painter's mask because they filter out dust particles better than any other type of mask. Well, other than a respirator, of course. And of course, gloves. There's the second one. Gloves. And so like I said, all I'm going to be doing at first is just filling these. Painting comes afterwards. However, I do want a red, a yellow, a blue, and a green light bulb. So I'm going to go ahead and section off a little bit of the Resin-Crete for each one of these, and I'll begin with these first. So, one moment, I'm going to mix up my Resin-Crete, and it is by weight, not by volume. And believe me, you don't want to try to go by volume because the volume shrinks real fast on this. Alright, back in a second. So, my husband just reminded me I forgot to start recording. So anyway, I did 300 grams of the Resin-Crete, and then I did 105 grams, which is the 35 ratio for liquid, and which helps it to flow into some of the crevices a lot easier. I do want to get it up level enough. And of course I see cat hairs in everything. Get these candlesticks poured. Okay. And then I'm going to just kind of hop it. Try to shake that down in there. Of course, I overfilled the one, but it'll break off easy enough. Okay, let's get some red. Let's get these open very quickly here. Boy, distraction from the pain. I'm sorry, everybody. It's just that way when your kidney goes to crap. Oh, that looks like a green. How about that? I don't think it's the kind of green I want, but I think we can achieve that. So let's try pouring the rest of this. Into there. Look at that, it didn't even all get mixed. Now that's going to cause a problem. Of course it is. And yet I scraped and I scraped and I scraped. So let's put a little bit of that one in there. In there. In there. And I can only hope for the best for the rest. My husband's helping me out right now, so I'm going to have him clean that for me before it sets. In there. Let's try to get this hair out of here. And out of the Santa. Okay. Let's get some of this dye into this one here. Oh, crud. And then the cap part comes off into there. Gee, does anyone want to see what a resin-crete ring is? Okay, sorry I brought it over to me so I could see to get that out. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, apparently. Maybe if he can open the rest of those for me, that would be awesome. I don't want a pink, I want red. So, get this mixed up quick. And of course it's pink. So let's get the lid back off of that. We're just going to put a healthy good squirt into there. Get that mixed in. Ooh, that's almost candy cane striped. I kind of like that. Let's try that. I'm going to need some more molds. Blue. Can you find me a couple more molds? Oh great, that one's not coming out. There we go. Boy, that was kind of thick and very little in that one. Get some more of that white. Gone. It doesn't have to be Christmas molds. It can be whatever mold. I'm starting to thicken here. Let's pour some of the blue into this bulb. Definitely making a mess, aren't I? You get this yellow. It's all hardened up in the yellow. Shake it as much as I can. Oh, for Pete's sake, you're kidding me. There we go. Get stubborn with it, right, everybody? Going as fast as I can. Let's pour some in here. Take the yellow stick, shove that up in there. Trying to make sure that there's no bubbles in there. With that. I don't think this is the one oh well, let's try it. First I have to get green going. So, since the yellow is slightly more liquid than the blue, let's make our own green, everybody. Oh, it's so much fun to play with stuff that thickens quickly. Okay, that's an awful looking green, but it is what it is. Oh, look at that. And I even missed the snowflake. I'll just spread it in every area I can, except for the star. Get some in around that. Oops. Okay, there's that. If the red hasn't thickened up too much, let's try to get that. Whoa, that's funny. Let's just put the red right here and I'll put a picture on it when it's done. Oh, look at that. It stacks up. Get it up in there. Definitely a lot less work time than I was hoping for. And having it this low in there, that'll help a lot. Okay, that kind of does it until everything's cured. So I'm going to put you on pause while everything settles down and cures. All right, back in a minute. Ha ha ha. All right, I've left it for, I don't know, close to an hour because of the fact that I didn't get all the resin creep mixed in. So that would have made this a little bit less sturdy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the candlesticks and see what happens that way. And we're just going to pull the mold away. We're not going to pull the candlestick itself until it frees itself up. And hope that it got into everything. With as liquid as it was, I'm sure it should have. There we go. Oh yes, it did. It picked up every bit of detail. It looks like I have maybe a hole. No, I don't. That was just the shadow. Okay, there is a small hole right down here. Let's see if I can quickly break off the excess there. A little bit of sanding, and that one's going to be perfect. Not bad. But it will have to take a couple of days to cure before I can go ahead and paint it to allow that to dissipate on the extra moisture there. Okay, candlestick number 2. Popping out there pretty well. And in the same place there is a little bubble there. But everything else has been pretty well detailed. And this one got just a little bit of overpour as well. So I'll break that off. So the ones that have to be painted will have to take a couple more days to dry. So I will finish them up in another video of things that I do have to finish. But that video probably won't go up till after Christmas maybe, or just before Christmas. Alright, the next one I want to try, of course, are these molds that I had to hurry in. I did cover the hole on that, unfortunately, but a little drill will work. Wow, this ended up with some glitter on it. I didn't see glitter in my mold, but anyway, I like the little stripes that's shown up in there. And yes, it's still dampish. Set it down as gentle as I can. Let's try to get some of these bigger chunkies out of the way. That way I'm not sitting the product on something that can cause it to break. Okay, out comes the yellow. Wow, and it turned out almost near perfect there. I just gotta clean out the little hole better. Don't know why it can't focus even better, but I mean, I see my hands clearly, but each item looks a little fuzzy. Now I did notice on the blue one that glooped in, I did miss down here a little bit and up here, but it still made it in there. The tip, this one here is too low. I could have added a little bit more. That was my cat scratching on my furniture. Muffin. Okay, so we're going to pop these 3 out real fast. Oh, yes, I like the effect on that. Wonder why they didn't put a hanging hole for that. But that's alright. I know how to put a hole in. I have a drill. Ish. Okay, it's really dark here on the back, and it is bumpy. See if you can see that. Get it up there a little bit better. So it'll have to be sanded way down. It ended up with a streak of unmixed ink, and it is coming off a little bit, but that will be sealed with some resin, as all the pieces will be. But I like that, how it turned out too. Bring it up slower, see if it focuses better. Okay. Yeah, definitely going to have to do some sanding to that one to flatten it. Yellow. Oh my goodness. It may not have gotten filled all the way, but it's pretty much a perfect little piece. Let's see if I can bring my hand up here to focus better. There we go. So that one's wonderful. I like that one. Turned out great. I should have maybe put less in each one of the others. I do see that the blue dye has taken over on my mold. So hopefully it'll clean out of there. Let me check real quick with the baby wipe. There's definitely a dye transference to the mold. So I will try soaking it in some hot soapy water. See if that helps. But I don't want to transfer the dye to everything else. So I will make sure as much of the dye comes out of there as is possible. So yes, please be careful with the resin-free dyes. Make sure they're thoroughly mixed. Apparently you cannot go ahead and try to get the striped effects without losing your mold a little to the dye. Okay, let me get that mold out of the way. Alright, of course I'm not going to demold this. I'm going to go ahead and mix a little bit more Resin-Crete for this, because I want the star to also be Resin-Crete. And I've not decided if I want to fill all the way with Resin-Crete or to do it with a top coat of epoxy. And it'll probably be the top coat of epoxy. And yes, see, I screwed up and I took the little, this tool, it had blue still on it, and well, the front's got a few blue streaks. I'm not too worried about that though. And yes, I got a red dot in that and one of the backs of the other, so this will be the one that's going to scare me because it's got so many places that it could break. I just got through watching Twisted Tree Art's second video for Christmas. She's doing some really good looking things. Maybe after you watch my video, if you haven't seen hers yet, pop on over there. Sorry, this is taking me a little bit of time to get this one out because I don't want to break that portion. Okay, that looks like that's going to come out decently. And I know I get out of frame just a little bit once in a while. I'm hoping I got enough of that more liquidy Resin-Crete down into the bottom and that it's still going to hold shape and doesn't have bubbles. Oh my goodness, only one bubble. And it's barely noticeable, although I did notice it. Just right here in the little tip right there. So, not bad. And yes, it is still dampish, but taking it out of the mold will help it to dry faster. I'm going to sit it over to the side. And now let's get Santa out. Oh, and he was so intricate, so this is the one that really is going to probably end up with a lot of bubbles. I did try to shake it all down, but we know how that goes, right? Try as we might, sometimes it's just not right. Delicate little area there. But it came out. Oh my goodness. With all that intricate little swirls and everything, there's nothing wrong with him. The bell is in good shape. Let's see if we can get that up there and focused in. There we go. I'll bring it a little closer. His eyes are good. I don't want to get transference from the dye. Looks like I might have got it washed off of me. But as you can see, his mouth is good. The bell turned out well. He is in great shape. I am proud of that. Okay, everyone. For now, that's it for this video. As I said, a little bit later on, I will do the painting of the 4 pieces, and I will also do the embellishments on the really good ones here, which will be that ornament, this one, and the 2 light bulbs. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to take many, many, many days for this clumpy one to get finished up. And since it's not perfect, I'm still going to finish it, but I would have preferred it to be more filled in. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. That's the end of day 6 of my 25 days of Christmas. And I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I want to thank my subscribers. You guys have been so awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome you've been. If you haven't subscribed yet, and you've been to my channel a few times, maybe go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos. And of course, comment below if you can think of something I could do better. You know, some of these things, let me know. Because for Resin-Crete, this is my second pour of Resin-Crete. So, you know, other than, of course, making sure that it's thoroughly mixed, which would have been helpful. But in the end, it still actually worked pretty well in filling in that Santa and that snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe see if you want to share. Sharing helps get us out there. You know, as YouTubers, we're just starting out, most of us, and the algorithms that go on YouTube are a little bit crazy. So that's the only way that we get pushed out for people to see us, is if people like, comment, especially those two items, subscribe, and of course share. So maybe give all that a thought and help us YouTubers out. All right. Bless y'all and peace out.